Dr. Seuss was canceled. I picked up his last book before they pulled it off the shelves. I hope you guys grab it too. It's called There is Disorder at the Border by Executive Order. Everybody's getting woke because they didn't want to get canceled, right? You got country music artists changing their names. Lady Antebellum, no longer. It is Lady A. The Dixie Chicks are just the Chicks. Even Alabama now, Vermont. We're going to have another bout of coronavirus. And I still want to know, where did it come from? Did it come from a lab? I learned this, a special report on Fox News. A baby bat is called a pup, while an old bat is called Nancy Pelosi. A new report on climate change just came out. I didn't know this. I don't know if you guys saw this, but did you know this? Climate change is the #1 cause of documentaries. Kim Jong-un recently achieved the highest rank in the North Korean army, 5'6". A Hunger Games theme park recently opened in South Korea. It's called North Korea.
All right, guys. So I stumbled across this hilarious comedy clip, and I guess I got to give a shout out to Tatum. That's how I stumbled across this clip from comedian Steve Byrne, in which Steve claims that some of his jokes were banned by Amazon. Okay, he has a new comedy special on Amazon. He says that the jokes that he's about to tell here were banned, okay? So he tells the jokes anyways. And at first I was wondering, well, why were these jokes banned, okay? Why were these what was so bad about these jokes they were banned? Because they're jokes, okay? Jokes should not be banned, right? We shouldn't be censoring comedy. And then I listened to what he said and the jokes that he made, and I said, oh, well, I can understand why a woke company like Amazon would try to ban these jokes, would not want him to say these jokes, because again, he's making fun of the Democrat Party and the woke revolutionaries, right? So without further ado, I actually want to play this clip because it's actually pretty hilarious, of these jokes that were banned. Again, I don't know if they were actually banned. I don't know if this is a part of his promotion or whatever, but I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon had a problem with these jokes, because again, they're hilarious. You can't make fun of the woke revolutionaries or Democrats or the progressives or the left, okay? They might get their feelings hurt. So without further ado, let's play the clip.
Kamala Harris making history, first woman of Jamaican and Indian descent to be elected African American. Well, sexual identity is a big issue these days, and Disney, of all corporations, got caught up in it. I can't believe it. Disney just doubled down. They announced they're making a feature film about a transgender whale. It's called Maybe Dick. And the border wall obviously is a big issue. To show you how divided this country is, recent polls show that 40% of all Americans are for a border wall, 40% are against a border wall, 20% said no comprende.
Yeah, so again, to the wokes, I can see how that would be offensive, okay? The jokes about Kamala Harris and her race, okay? The joke about the border wall, I can see how the left would say that's offensive. But, you know, back in the day, comedians like, for example, Richard Pryor or Robin Williams or Eddie Murphy, they would say things that are way worse than this, right? Way worse than this. Again, the state of comedy and what it is today has been watered down for what it was yesterday, because you can't offend certain groups of people, right? You can't make jokes about trans people. You can't make jokes about, you know, black women, right? You can't make jokes about certain groups of people because they're going to get upset and offended by it. In fact, apparently, according to the woke revolutionaries, you deserve to be slapped if you make jokes about black women specifically. Take a look.
Why did you think he deserved to be slapped?
It's not so much about being slapped as much as it is about accountability, right? He has made black women specifically the butt of his jokes for years, and he's finally being held accountable. So I feel like this kind of sets the precedence, you know, going forward, hopefully that people will be more careful about how they treat and discuss, you know, black women.
You know, people are going to focus on your words saying, you know, is Candace McDuffie condoning violence, saying that, you know, that Will Smith should have slapped Chris Rock?
I think, you know, in the literal sense, it seems like a bit much. But honestly, sitting here, you know, calling Jada out of her name, making fun of her hair condition, talking about her alopecia, words can be violent as well. And as we've seen, you know, black girls and women, we suffer abuse at higher rates in this country. So continuing to humiliate us only perpetuates this.
A lot of people laugh, though, when they hear the jokes and they say he's a comedian, he's just being funny. Maybe you're being too sensitive about it. What do you say?
I think it speaks to a larger American pattern. of using marginalized people as comedic fodder. And then it can also, lead to violence being incited. It can lead to us being not seen as human. Words and comedy have larger consequences, as we've seen in recent years.
Yeah, so comedy is under attack. Again, you can't make jokes about certain groups of people, or yet they will resort to violence against you. What you just saw there. Okay, and also look at what happened to Dave Chappelle, right? And the radical transgender activists and how they went after him. I mean, dude basically almost got his life taken on stage doing a comedy show by some lunatic because of jokes he made about the transgender community. Again, it's sad. It really is sad that this is where we're at in society, where comedians can't tell jokes without being, harassed and attacked for it.
I gotta tell you, as an American, I don't care how Mexicans feel about a border wall, because with enough time, they'll get over it. If you see something, say something. All right, if you see something, say something. You best believe I do. The other day I called 911. I was watching ESPN Women's Swimming, and I saw a suspicious package. There's internet rumors right now that they're making a new Superman film. It's not a traditional Superman, as we all know. This will be a black Superman, and it's not kryptonite that will harm him. No, it is Kardashian. The Miss Nevada pageant occurred recently, and a transgender won it for the first time in the pageant's history. I think that's fantastic. I think what clinched it was the talent portion when she wrote her name in the snow. There are rumors that Margot Robbie and Emma Watson are going to team up together to make a lesbian remake of Brokeback Mountain. Yeah. Now, I got to tell you, on one hand, I'm so sick of Hollywood making these unoriginal remakes, and on the other hand, lotion. I'm jerking off. I'm jerking myself. And not one hand, like two hands. Like not one. It's like, who would jerk off? Like I used two.
Yeah. So again, this guy, is making fun of, PC culture and how Hollywood, makes all these remakes into their woke image, right, and likeness. It's just, again, this is what comedy should be, right? I know a lot of people may get uncomfortable because the jokes detailed are kind of dirty or whatever, but that's comedy, right? Comedy's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. If you don't feel uncomfortable, if you can't laugh at yourself, then it's not really comedy. You can't really enjoy it. Again, we all know that, again, if you are a comedian, regardless of your skin color, if you make fun of white people or Trump supporters or conservatives, it's totally fine. I mean, they're totally fine with these types of jokes being made every single night by unfunny people like Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kibbles and Bits. But, when a person who may not necessarily be political, just a regular old comedian, not a political activist, disguised as a comedian, does his job and makes jokes about everybody, right, including the woke revolutionaries, people want to melt down and cry about it. They want to get upset. They want to be mad. Always hate, right? Jokes are not hate. And I'm not sure if Amazon actually really banned these jokes, but if they did, shame on them. And kudos to this guy for telling the jokes anyways and posting it in an F you or middle finger to, woke corporate America. If that is the case, if that is exactly what happened, I'm not sure. But regardless, again, nobody should be immune from jokes when it comes to comedy. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.